Morning, everyone. Uh, it is cold. It's cold here. I'm actually out in the garage. I didn't want to wake my wife, so I'm just doing a quick video. Uh, to well, my wife says I sometimes like to hear myself talk. So anyway, um, yeah, it's cold this morning. It's I didn't sleep too well last night. I don't know what was going on. I had some kind of weird dreams, and yeah, I can't remember. I remember bits and pieces of them, and um, I don't know. One of them had to deal with big spiders, and I don't know what the heck that was about, but yeah, just some kind of weird dreams, and I mean, the bed was comfortable, but just, I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I hope you all had good, um, a good, uh, a good night, a good Friday, and even have a good weekend. Uh, while my wife's in bed, I like to kind of go have my coffee. I actually have my coffee right here, and I like, this is one of my favorite times of the day, is early in the morning. Um, so I've got an automatic clock, so I work a lot, and um, when I'm home like this, because of Thanksgiving, I've gotten a longer weekend than usual. And, when I'm home like this, I still get up pretty early. Uh, I'm a truck driver. Uh, there's a lot of men and women that can relate to that profession in one way, shape, or form. Whether you're a driver, or you know someone who was or is or whatnot. Um, and my I can't say I really came from a generation of truck drivers, but in a sense I did. Um, my great grandfather was a truck driver, um, and uh, and then my grandfather himself worked on trucks, and my grandfather's brother was a truck driver, and then I have an uncle who tried it, but it just wasn't for him, and usually in trucking you hear about you know I guess about guys come who come from generations of it, and um when I got into the field, I mean my first 2 years in trucking were probably the best. uh yeah um because you know I went from struggling with addiction. My choice was alcohol, and I went through a rehab program, 6 months, Salvation Army, graduated, and I was in pretty bad shape before I decided to venture down that road. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Drinking almost ended my life. So anyway, I get out of rehab, and I found myself job hopping again. And I've job hopping in trucking too, but with trucking, at least alcohol wasn't involved. It's just a lot of drivers, including myself, tend to do that. We're always looking for the next best thing, the more money or more home time, or it's hard to get everything you want with one company. So your priorities change constantly in trucking. I've been doing it for almost 10 years now. Um, and going back to my first 2 years, I found myself getting paid to travel. and I loved it. I I really loved it. Um, and Nowadays, with everything going on in the industry, it's unfortunately just turned into a job. But after about 2 years in the field, in trucking, almost 2 years, I met my wife, Debbie, and it's been, we ended up buying a second home. She already had a home, but then I ended up buying us our second home. But in all fairness, we did it together. She played her part, I played my part. And that's where I'm sitting now. The other home actually is in a different town. And, um, and that's the one that she had. But, then we've been together ever since. We've had our ups and downs. Um, I was almost 3 years before I relapsed from alcohol. I even went to jail over it. It was real bad. Um, and But now I'm proud to say I'm gonna be seeing 6 years sober come February, March, somewhere around there of next year. So I'm over 5, almost 6 years sober. Um, I do struggle with the nicotine addiction. I know that I gotta stop that. But my poor wife, she's gotten to experience a lot with trucking, with with what I do for a living. She's gone with me plenty of times, but it hasn't always been easy. You know, I hear the birds outside. I'm sitting in the garage. I was sitting inside, but like I said, I didn't really want to wake her up. But you know, Debbie, she's older than me, but age is just a number. Um, she she's been there for me 3 times when others either won it or didn't, and I think for you know she's doing some things in her life, such as dieting, and she's starting to exercise more, and she's starting to take good care of herself. So I'm happy to hear about that or to see it. And I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it's been a journey. It's uh, you know, her and I both have dealt with many things that a lot of people deal with. I know we aren't the only ones. But depression, severe depression, you know, and but all of that's in the past. And there's a quote that I heard way back years ago, and it goes, I forgot who said it, but I heard it or read it somewhere. But it's, um, I'm grateful for my challenges. As each and every one of them is overcome, I become more stronger and able to meet those yet to come. And it's served me well. It really has. Um, you know. But anyway, fast forwarding to today, I think we're gonna go into the shed, as cold as it is. My dad passed almost 3 years ago. Come January, it'll be 3 years. And I've held on to bunch of his stuff, and um, I've just had it in the shed this whole time. It's really hard for me to see some of it because I miss him. I do drive around in his car that he had, and I keep a photo of me, and he was holding me as a little baby, you know. And I think I was yeah, you know, he's holding me as a little baby, and I keep that photo right on the dash. Um, one of these days, I need to finally honor that picture anyway, and honor him by doing something with that photo. Maybe putting it in a case, or what I'm gonna be doing. I mean, you see how messy this garage is. By next year, it's not gonna be like this. This garage, I've got a lot of plans for it. We just moved back not too long ago from North Carolina, so we got some. It's a work in progress, and that's why I'm so happy with this table and chairs once again, because I don't really want to do a man cave type deal, but I am gonna put a little bit of a speakeasy type theme to this garage, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be doing some kind of flooring. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna go with epoxy paint, but in the future you'll end up seeing, hopefully the near future, you'll end up seeing videos as this garage is progressing. We got some furniture in this garage that's going to my wife's daughter, and so I can't wait to get that cleared out. But anyway, I hope you all have once again a good weekend, and I think I'm gonna cut this video short because, you know, it's a little cold, and I'm having a hard time. So with my chest, have you ever, you know, bolt cutters, right? You know, and last Monday, I think it was last Monday, I will use my chest to pull them so I can break. We've got seals on the backs of the doors of the trailers, and sometimes these seals are like thick bolts. Um, and so I'll use my chest to pull, and I set that darn handle right around this area. And when I pulled, I heard it crack. And now I know it's not my lungs because, you know, I think I'd be feeling it in both if I had something like that going on. Or maybe not, but it's a soreness. And my breathing is okay considering. But yeah, and so I've been really sore, and and I'm not showing any signs of bruising or anything, so I think I'm okay, but I'm having to take it really easy, and kind of baby this side a little bit, because, you know, I think I might have cracked a rib or something, you know, and I'm not as young as I used to be, so, um, you know, but anyway, so I'm kind of dealing with that a little bit right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off this here video. But have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you on the flip flop. Bye.